Hey, Shalom. This is Yeshafat Oliver coming to you on the 17th of May. The lockdown in many places is coming to a close, and the issue is now rising of what the restrictions will be for children in schools. And in many places, schools are indicating that they will require masks. And if masks were traumatic and tools of mind control for adults, they're far worse for children. Children are, obviously very sensitive, very susceptible to their environment, to the messages they're given. And I think we need to seriously resist this trend of this, mandate for children in schools to be wearing masks, for them to see teachers wearing masks. Maybe if they're running outside in the playground, they'll be allowed to do so without a mask. But in the classroom, they will be required to wear a mask. Maybe even in the playground, they'll be required to wear masks. Who knows how far the insanity will go? But we must really push back against this requirement and not allow children to become victims of this essentially child abuse by the system. It is really wrong to subject children to this, especially since we know that this supposed pandemic is completely overblown. It is no different from the yearly flu. It's even less deadly than the yearly flu. So all of this is clearly not being mandated in good faith, to put it mildly. There is a nefarious hidden agenda over here. Masks are not effective in protecting people from a virus. You might want to claim that they slightly detract from the spread of the virus, maybe, but still, it's not logical to suggest that they're so necessary that they have to be mandated, despite the incredible psychological harm that they cause. Of course, the whole point is to cause psychological harm. It's trauma-based mind control. Well, that's bad enough for the adults, but it's really reprehensible and completely unacceptable when it comes to children. They are, it's a responsibility of adults to protect them, to protect their minds, their emotions, and not allow them to be subjected to this kind of traumatic experience, and especially since it will likely be a long-term requirement. So what I have to say is we need to try to look into alternatives, perhaps homeschooling, perhaps small groups of children gathering in people's private houses. For those who have their children in private schools, especially Orthodox Jewish private schools, make it clear to the principal that you won't tolerate it, that you're going to look into other options, other alternatives. It's just not okay to allow your child to be tortured like that, to be subjected to that traumatic experience. That's in addition to, that's just the masks. Also, we can see coming temperature tests for kids, antibody tests, saliva tests, maybe blood tests. Who knows what kind of crazy requirements people will have to enter public places that are all being rolled out right now. So again, we need to resist this in the sphere of adult operations, like schools, synagogues, and restaurants, and so on. Wherever we can have an influence, but the the oppressive environment that all these harsh draconian requirements create for children, adults just should not entertain allowing their children in such a traumatic, essentially child abuse kind of environment. And the fact that the principal says that they have no choice in the matter, their hands are tied, what have you, that's not good enough. We should not tolerate that. God bless.